Hi, everybody. So, this is unexpected, but I was going to do it anyway because I knew I had a meeting with my financial planner. So, this is our very first Ask an Expert. I know it was like halfway down the list, but we were here. So, I was like, okay, let me ask him some stuff anyway. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you'll find this enlightening and helpful. So, first, this is my friend Bill. I've known him. Yeah, I've known him for about, I don't know, was it 10 years?
Yeah, just about 10 years, yeah.
So he's one of the people that made me try to be a trainer. And so if you're regretting this whole relationship, it's probably his fault. And so yeah, we've been knowing each other for about a decade or so, and he's been really helpful in helping us with our finances and stuff like that. We still got a long way to go, but just having him with me is very helpful. So he's helped us buy like 2 vehicles, a house, we've had 2 babies on his watch, all that kind of stuff, and just really reliable. And I'm like, man, the folks need to know some stuff. So I wanted to ask him, what would you want to tell people about finances going into the new year, or just in general? What would you share with the people?
Great question. So, hi everyone, my name is Bill Simone. I'm the managing principal of Simone Financial Group here in Kyle, Texas. We are the only fee-only fiduciary financial planner in the area. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here.
What's a fiduciary?
A fiduciary is a person that works in your best interests at all times. So as a fiduciary financial planner, I am obligated by law, not just by morality, but by law, to act in your best interests and to provide you with the best advice that I can.
So I can have you arrested?
No.
Okay.
but there are consequences if I don't act in your best interests. And at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your future, it's your livelihood. It's my responsibility to make sure that we work together to get you where you want to be.
So he's got your best interest in mind.
Always.
Right.
Always. With that being said, we're deep into the Christmas season, and we're going to be coming into the new year. We've gone through an election cycle that is now soon to be over, hopefully. We know that politics can have an impact, but politics has a minimal long-term impact on the growth of your portfolio and your investments. It's amazing how Wall Street and how Americans have a way of being resilient and working through major political change. Heck, we do it every 4 years. And in some cases, some things change every 2. So don't be afraid of, regardless of where your political leanings are, don't be afraid of major market changes. I do think that there are some things that you can do to help protect yourself, which is making since 2020 was the year of clarity and vision. This was a great year to really see a couple of things. 1, how secure you were financially. 2, whether or not you can actually stand your spouse and your partners, because we had 3 or 4 months where people were locked in together, and it either brought a lot of people together or pushed people apart, right? But it also made us realize in our professional lives how much we loved some of the things that we were doing, or how much we hated it.
What you hate? What do you hate?
What do I hate?
Yeah, right now, you figure it out now. What you hate?
Inactivity. I gotta do something. I have to be moving. And during the lockdown, when we were locked in, like most of you, I just basically started taking on home projects. I just started building stuff. I worked on the deck, put up some lights, started working on remodeling our kitchen and our bathroom.
I don't even recognize the house anymore. I don't even know what this house looks like.
Put up fencing. I did all kinds of stuff just because, hey, I need something to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was driving my wife and kids nuts. They were like, "Stop it! Get out!"
Yep.
But in all of that time, going into the wintertime and going into next year, what I realized was we're in a much better position than we think we are. Okay, not just me personally, but I mean Americans and you in general. Financially speaking, this has been a hard year for most. If you lost your job and you had to deal with unemployment, you were looking at systems that you probably weren't used to, right? And you maybe had to get assistance in ways that you probably weren't used to it. Well, I'm here to tell you that that assistance exists for a reason. Programs such as the WIC program, Women, Infant, and Women and Children program, is phenomenal for families that may have had a loss of or a drop in income to be able to continue to get food and services and supplies like that. By the way, if you lost your job and you had to go on unemployment, you paid for that. That's a benefit that you put money into. So understanding how those work for you, either short term or medium term, I think is really important. Now, going into 2021, this year should make it crystal clear how important an emergency fund is. So, if you don't have an emergency fund, if you haven't created an emergency fund or started saving, I will tell you that the biggest goal for anyone financially in 2021 is to create a situation where you have access to cash on hand if an emergency actually comes up. Because if you're like me or most other people, this was a time where you had to lean on your credit card a lot more than you probably wanted to, right?
Right.
And so that means that you've incurred debt in a situation or in a world where things were outside of your control. So it becomes incredibly important to develop a savings account or an emergency reserve. Now, while you're building up that emergency reserve, one of the things that I talk to my clients about is, well, what can we do in the meantime while we're working on building up your reserve? Because it seems like every time I start putting money away, something happens, right? The fridge breaks and the dishwasher goes out, then a plumbing pipe bursts, or I need new tires. Things start to come up that all of a sudden make that emergency savings account look like
zero, like it was before.
Starting all over again, right? Well, there are ways of counteracting that. One of my favorite ways, if you're a homeowner, one of my favorite ways of doing that right now is if you've been in your home for a while, taking advantage of a home equity line of credit. Interest rates right now are phenomenally low. Notice I said line of credit, not necessarily a cash out refi. And the reason I differentiate between the two is that if you do a cash out refi here in Texas, it precludes you or eliminates your ability to do another refi in the future.
This sounds like stuff they should be paying for right now.
This is general because you're not in my office, so I don't know what your rates are. So of course, go see your advisor if you have one. But you're more than welcome to come in and talk about your individual situation with me if you need to.
What's your phone number?
512-296-8962.
Are you local in Kyle?
I am local in Kyle, but we are able to do virtual meetings, Zoom, phone conferences. We can meet with you in any capacity that makes the most sense for you.
Do you tell good jokes?
No.
No good jokes? What's your favorite movie?
The Wood.
The Wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going way back. I love that story, and when Sanaa Lathan comes out at the end, and like they get all together, I'm like, how sweet.
That's the funny part. I ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that movie before.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a good movie.
Hey, he said he recommends The Wood. The Wood. All right, two things. Two biggest things, like bullet points. What would you want to tell people? Two things. It has to be like in 30 seconds.
About what?
I don't know.
Two bullet points. All right. Get outside, breathe, and see fresh air, and don't be afraid to dance.
So with that, we're going to go on and end because I don't know what the second part was all about. But anyhow, this is my friend Bill. If you need some help financially and stuff, he's not going to give you money, but he can help you to know what to do with it.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
It'd be my pleasure to help out and work with you. And of course, if you mentioned Ed, or this video, I'll give you a 10% discount.
That discount, I told y'all, I get them discounts. So you come to Bill's, you tell them you know me, Trainer E is where it be, and then you get that discount. So anyway, yeah.
Find me online.
All
Thanks.
right. Bye. Have a good one.